This is harder than I expected. Either way. Hello guys, welcome to CK Medic's channel. My name is Ofentse, and today I'll be sharing with you how I became a certified medical student. So I like to call myself. So basically my journey into medicine. So in high school I took as my selectives I took accounting, life sciences and physical sciences. I think more or less I fared well. So basically in grade 10 I ended off with an average of 74 overall, and then in grade 11 there was some academic determination that just came. I don't know where it came from, but it came. So I remember my first test that I got back in grade 11 was my physics test, and before my teacher gave me my mark, she was like, "You did really well." She kind of seemed surprised. And I got 90. And I was like, "Child." But then there I knew that it was God. I was like, "Thank you, Lord." Yeah. Overall, all my marks started improving, except English though. English just does its own thing. My English mark is, I don't know, I really struggle with English. So yeah, I thought perhaps, it's a one-time thing, probably won't happen again. So I never proclaimed myself an A student. I never shared it with people. I didn't want people to know because I thought that over time it would fade somehow. So I kept quiet about it, and then second term again for physics, and I was scared because am I gonna get that 90 again? Was it a one-time thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I got in the class, I looked at my mark, I saw 93, child. I was like, okay, wow. I was on the brink of tears. It's just like, it was a wow moment for me. I've never been an academically performing student. So yeah, as I was about to walk out of the classroom, I remember my teacher called my name. It was kind of like a movie. It was basically like a movie. She was like, "Ofentse," and I looked back and she was like, "I'm proud of you." I was like, "Thank you, ma'am." Yeah, it was a surreal moment for me, to go from a 90 to 93, also thinking, probably just luck, who knows. So after that, I quite literally went to cry. I went to cry because it's just ow, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. But even then, I still did make it a point of making it known that academically, things were faring well, yeah. And in grade as well that year, I planned on getting subject winner for accounting, but in addition, I also got one for mathematics, which is okay, girl, see you out here. Mathematics was good, yeah. But then the end of matric, basically my final matric results, I got 3 80s for Afrikaans, physics and mathematics, and for accounting and life sciences I got 70s, and then English, English does its own thing, lives its own life, it's an outlier, yeah. And I remember I was staring blankly at my laptop screen because I didn't get SMS like everyone else. So I had to log into the system, and I was just looking at my marks. And I felt I was dreaming, because I was looking at them and I was like, yo. There is no way I am going to get into medicine with these marks. It's not possible. also, given that me being foolish and unwise, I only applied to UCT, Wits, and UP. And UP had already like rejected me, like, you know, August, October, you know, matric, and then Wits and UC were waiting for my final matric results to make their final decision. So when my marks came out, I was like, okay, wow, this is gonna be, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen now. So it was a really, I don't know, I was really shaken. I didn't know what to do. I was very much confused. I couldn't see a way forward. And the only thing that I had applied for was BSc at Wits and UCT, but I didn't apply for BSc at UP specifically. Because in my mind, UP was my third choice. And I was like, child, even like when they rejected me, I was like, you know what, you're my third choice, you know. Scary. Look at me now. Yeah. So I was considering, you know, okay, so the sole reason why I'm in medicine is because I want to specialize in psychiatry, right? So as I was doing my research, you know, then I fell upon the fact that I have to study medicine to study psychiatry. And I was like, damn, okay. all right. This is going to be challenging. And a lot of people question me, like even my mom questioned. She's like, you want to study medicine? It's like, yeah, I want to study medicine. I have to. Because I can't just jump into psychiatry apparently. Yeah. So my options were either I go to Wits or UCT to do PSC, and like I chose UCT because like once you're in Wits and you're doing BSc, then you know that's that, like I can't really apply at Wits for medicine, like maybe like after first year then try reapply for medicine. I would have to wait to apply for the GIM program, right? So I went to UCT. I got there, was trying to be optimistic, trying to be, I don't know, trying to see some sort of light, some sort of goodness in what was going on. Yeah. So before I could register, I wanted to change my majors because like when I was applying in matric, I chose genetics and physics. Like, girl, I'm not doing genetics and physics, no. Varsity level, no. As majors, no. Yeah. And so while I was in a session with one of the student counselors, he really opened my eyes. He actually very much shook the room. Like, I was dead silent after that. And I wanted, okay, so basically what happened was, you know, we were trying to see, okay, what exactly is it that I can major in? And I was very much confused, you know, I didn't know what I would like in science and so forth. And like the line that he left me with was, you know, you have to consider that you getting into medicine after first year, the chances are very slim. Like, given that I was in UCT at the time, trying to transfer or like just apply for medicine after first year in BSc at UCT, the chances are very, very slim. So you will, I don't know, you have to be very wise about what you choose. And he was like, I know it seems like 3 years may pass by very quick, but it's going to be very, very strenuous, you know? And like, I just felt like screaming, help me! Because I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do anymore. And then he Well, he had to go off to his next session, so we just ended the call then and there. And I was like, wow, what do I do now? Didn't know what to do, but I knew that I couldn't stay in UCT and I didn't want to go to events. So I called Stellenbosch, and apparently at Stellenbosch you can't apply for medicine if you're already registered at a university. So I was contemplating perhaps I should go to perhaps I should go back home, try upgrade my marks, apply at Stellenbosch, who knows. And the person I was speaking to advised against it. It's like there's already a waiting list, so your chances of getting in will be quite slim as well. Okay, so I call UP and this lady picks up. Her name is Ellen, and I was barely forming sentences over the phone. Like, yeah, I was just, when you're just so disorientated, like you don't know what to say, what to ask, what to think. Like my thought process, child, it was just doing its own thing. And she asked me, she's like, are you okay? I broke down over the phone. I'm like, no, I'm not okay. I made bad decisions and now I don't know how I'm gonna get into medicine and I don't know what to do. Just crying the whole time. She's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna send an email to this person, this person, this person. You are going to say that you want to send in a late application for BSc or Biological Sciences or the triple major program. You're going to state your APS, your average, and so forth. And I was like, okay. So I called my mom and I was like, listen, this UCT thing is not going to work. I called UP and this lady said I should do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think? And my mom was like, I think she was frustrated, just as frustrated as I was about this whole situation. She was like, you know what, I'll call you back later. She never called me back that time. And the lady that I was on the phone with Ellen was like, send it before 1, because after 1 they really answer their emails. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna send it now. So I sent the email, and the rest of the day I laid in bed, because what else was I supposed to do? I laid in bed, and initially I wasn't going to get the application, but she was like, send me your student number. One of the ladies that I'd sent the email to, and she gave me the offer, the opportunity to study BSc, and it means to get into medicine. So then I called my mom. I was like, listen, I sent the email, so I need to get to UP. Meaning I need to Pretoria. Cape Town. Yeah. So I left, got to the airport, so forth, and there were these 2 gentlemen who were helping me, get my things together, because again, I was a mess, and I feel like God low-key knew that if I don't send people to help this girl, because I was carrying the luggage, child, and I also had to pay for the luggage, so it was a lot. If I don't send people to help this girl, she's probably just gonna break down in the middle of the airport crying, who knows, whatever. And basically I was explaining to one of the gentlemen, Zayn and Sean, why I was leaving, and he looked me straight dead in the eyes. He's like, so you're gonna come back a doctor next time you come back to Cape Town? I'm looking at him thinking, I don't know. I do not know. Yeah, that's just how unsure I was about everything. Generally I'm a very optimistic person, even if my optimism is not necessarily enthusiastic, I could be like, you know what, there will be light at the end of the tunnel, even though it's very dark right now. I'm that kind of person, I have that kind of mindset. But this time, I was just like, I don't know. I do not know. Like, I was even considering applying for psychology and occupational therapy because I wanted to be in psych, you know. But more specifically, I wanted to be a psychiatrist. And I was like, Ofentse, like 10 years down the line, you are going to be there in the psych ward, and you know, interprofessionalism is a thing, and you're going to be working hand in hand with a psychiatrist. Whether you choose to be an occupational therapist or psychologist, either way, you're going to be working with a psychiatrist. And I was thinking, you're going to be looking at this person thinking, I should be you. I want to be you. Like, girl, no, just try this BSc thing, try UP. So I got to UP. I was struggling with my contract, so my registration was delayed. Luckily, UP extended the registration time period like to the end of March. Otherwise, I probably would have just went home. Yeah, I probably would have just went home because Wits and UCT had already closed their registration dates. So yeah, thank God. But anyway, I got to UP. I wanted to cry most of the time. I was crying most of the time, if I must be honest, because I remember I was like in front of Postnet here at Hatfield Plaza and just started crying because it was just that thing of like, I can't believe my life, you know, because it's first year, people are having fun, people are going out, people are living their best lives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here I am, and it feels like my life is ending, you know, and like I don't know what to do. I'm very much confused. I don't know what's going on. Everything was just a lot. So I don't know, right then I took, because I wrote a prayer while I was at UCT, just like a reassurance prayer that, you know, things will work out. And like one of the lines, like the beginning is that, Lord, I trust that your promises to me are yes and amen. And at the end, I wrote something around the lines of, you know what, I claim the victory in Jesus' mighty name. You know, my name is Ofentse. My name is not offensive for nothing. And I will wait for you. And that holds like, it's a big sentiment for me because I got to name myself like in grade 3, so when I was like 9. So basically my parents wanted to change my name, and it was either, well, at first I thought, you know what, this is an opportunity for me to become Beyonce, child. I'm gonna be Beyonce and that's on, period. If you like it, then you should have put on like those vibes. That's how I was. And my mom was like, no, we're gonna give you names to choose from. So it was either Ofentse, Kiabe, no, yeah, Kiabe, or Shaonolo. I had to choose one of the 3, so I asked her what each one meant, and because she couldn't really give me a definitive answer for Ofentse, I chose Ofentse, and I became Ofentse. So it's something that I really hold dear to me. So for those of you who don't know, like Ofentse, basically Ofentse meaning you have overcome, or you have the victory, or yeah, along those lines. So yeah, it's something that I try to proclaim a lot, and also because it's something. Okay, I watched an interview, Nomzamo Mbata's interview. Those of you who know, I love and adore Nomzamo Mbata, and in the interview with Palmudiadia on Zaziwa, you know, she was asked, you know, what would she like her legacy to be, what she wants people to think of her in the years to come, and so forth. And one of the lines in her answer was that against all odds, she lived up to her name. And Nomzamo means resilience, you know. So I also took it upon myself that, you know what, I will live up to my name. My name is Ofentse, and I am an overcomer, and I will overcome. I will overcome. And that's what I tried to do, something that I tried to hold on to. I had many doubts throughout. My faith was shaking. you know. And God really gave me comfort, and He gave me reassurance over and over again. Because I remember once I was at Machacho's, I was going to buy food because I was sad, and this random man came to me. He was like, "Oh, you have angelic eyes." And I was kind of disorientated at the time because my mind is like all over the place. I'm thinking, Lord, what in the world is going on? This can't be my life. Why is this happening to me? Why do I always have to take the high road? I don't like it here. Yeah, and like you promised, like I've never set my eyes on medicine. Medicine is never something that I wanted, you know. It's really not something that I never wanted. So it's like, how can you promise me something and then like it's not happening? It's not happening. And he shared Proverbs 31 verse 5 to 6 with me, you know, lean not on your own understanding. And he said some other verse. It was Matthew something. I only remember hearing Matthew, and there was a 30 something in there, but I wasn't going to search the whole Bible. But luckily God also brought a friend later who was like Matthew 6 verse 33, you know, seek the kingdom of God and all His righteousness, and all things will fall into place. So I was like, okay, given that you've given me these words from people that I don't even know, and don't really know what's going on in my life, I was like, okay, I'm going to lean onto that. And I did. Well, I tried. I doubted. Various times I doubted. But yeah, God made a way nonetheless. So with BSc, basically how the program works, it's a 6-month program, right? Well, UP Biological Sciences in itself is a 1-year program, but to transfer into medicine mid-year, it's a 6-month program. So basically you take all the modules medical students have. The only difference is that you have chemistry 117 and they have chemistry 151. So you have general chemistry and they have organic chemistry. And as a science student, you also have to drop mathematics in the mix of it, risking that if you do not get in, then you are going to have to do that mathematics module sometime. I'm not sure when, because I just didn't want to know either. I was like, Lord, we're getting in mid-year, I'm begging you, please. So I didn't really entertain that. But yeah, and the minimum requirements are that you have to have an APS of at least 35, and your mathematics also has to be at least 70%. And you must have never registered at another university before, so you have to be like a fresh first year, straight from matric, or unless you decided to take a gap year or whatever the situation may be. But you must have never registered at another university before. So I tried that out. Yeah, my first lecture was a chemistry lecture in BSc, chemistry 117. Like they were discussing, I don't know, well basically the lecturer was, you know, teaching us lecturing, and then someone mentioned an article that they read, you know, pertaining to the topic that we were doing during the lecture. And I just felt so outcast, you know, I felt so out of place. I was like, I could never speak of chemistry in this manner and with this much enthusiasm and zeal and science in like general like that. I was like, wow. Like that was also just like another affirmation, like, girl, this is not your place. This really isn't your place. It's not for you. Yeah. Either way, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to keep a positive mindset. my marks didn't start out all that great, but again, I was so determined. Also, again, with this thing of seeing that, wow, science really isn't for me. I was like, Lord, I need to get out of here. There's no way. It doesn't make sense for me to be here. Like science was cute in high school, but varsity level, I was like, no. I'm seeing that this is, it's really not for me, you know? It's not for me. I can't do this. I would be so sad. So sad. Yeah. It was difficult. It was very much difficult. But the tips that I could give you was that I use the Pomodoro method. So I did a 15-minute study, 10-minute break. Within the 10-minute break, I would revise on my MTL terms. So in addition to the modules that you would take as a science student, you also take medical terminology, philosophy, people in the environment. So basically people in the environment as well as philosophy. Yeah. So I just revised my terms during that time period. I planned each and every single hour of my day was accounted for. I know what I'm going to do within this hour, and it helps. Even if you don't necessarily complete that task within that hour, there is progression. I assure you there is progression. And the big module that a lot of people complain about was MLB 111, so molecular biology. Given that it's not like life sciences, I will not say it's like life sciences because it's a whole different ballgame, a whole different level. It's wow. I used active recall. So basically what I did was I used Khan Academy as well for molecular biology, but I also used active recall. So basically I watched this video by another medical student. So what he did was he would read a passage and then he'd close his textbook and then he would try write down or summarize what it is that he read and what he recalls. So that's what I used, and it helped. It really helped because then it shows that you truly have understanding of what you're saying, other than me just reading, writing my notes, writing my notes. So I'd read, close my textbook, okay, this is what I'm hearing, this is what I'm getting, what not. And I also use Khan Academy. I wouldn't say study from Khan Academy solely. I use it, it's very much simplified, but I'd use it just to gain a basic understanding, and it really helped. It honestly very much helped. Yeah. And then for physics I attended the lectures. Chemistry, I used mostly the tutorials. I attended tutorials. Tutorials really helped me, honestly speaking. I just found the lectures to be very extensive, a lot of information that I didn't want to know, that I also felt I didn't need to know. Sounds bad, but yeah, at the time I just did what I could to get the best possible marks I could get to try get the mid-year transfer. Yeah. So yeah, basically that's it. And then there was the waiting period, which I dreaded very much. But before the waiting period, before exams, one thing that will happen during the course, and I know it seems very short, 6 months, what 6 months, but the doubt is it comes like a cloud, like a dark cloud. It's just they're hovering over you. And I kept thinking prior to exams, what if I don't get in, what happens? Because I was just so close to the finish line. If I don't get in, what happens? What if I become a failure again? Because given my matric marks, I had concluded in my head that I'm a failure. It's what happens? How am I gonna feel? I don't know if I can carry that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I just remember, because in general I'm not a very vulnerable person. and I'd rather just let the thought eat me and chew at me and so forth. But it was really like, it was just always on my mind constantly. And I remember, like, right before I went to sleep, I sent my cousin a text, and I was like, I just said I'm scared of going home with failure. That's all I wrote. Like, put my phone down, went to sleep, you know. And she just reassured me that, listen, like, no matter what happens, I need you to know that, you know, you're loved and you are supported. Your parents are here supporting you. I'm here supporting you, you know. And if it doesn't work out, you trust God. You trust God's will for your life, His plans for your life. And I was like, okay, I will do that. Yeah. And funny enough, I see how God's will actually worked out for me. More specifically, like after writing my chemistry test, I wrote it in a rush, right? I wrote it in a rush because I thought I was running out of time and that they were going to close it at 11, like precisely. Even though I still had like 20 minutes to write, I was like, hey, given that I started section A, I think late, which was the one that was digital on the laptop, I don't know, they're gonna close it and then I'm not gonna finish. And I remember after that I was so stressed too. Like, I was so stressed. I just kept eating. You know, you just keep eating. Like, I was literally just stuffing my mouth the whole time. Just eating. And the whole time I'm like, Ofentse, stop eating. But my hand child just kept finding its way to my mouth. I'm eating. Ofentse, stop eating your food. I'm eating. Ofentse, stop eating your food. Homegirl just keeps eating. And then started gagging and I vomited. And I was just crying. Like, I was just crying. Like, you know, like in the movies when, you know, you're like sliding against the wall, just sobbing. Yeah. But now looking back now, I think low-key it was a plan, because had I not rushed, I probably would have gotten a better mark. But the fact that I rushed brought like my main modules marks more or less in the same range, like they were within the same percentages, right? Yeah, which I think is what favored me with getting selected for the mid-year transfer. So now the waiting period. So I was at home. I was waiting for them to, you know, announce who got in, who didn't get in, whatnot. I remember it was like at 9 o'clock, someone sent a message on the group. Like my portal, my status on my portal has been updated. And then shortly after that, they sent us an email saying, check your portal. Guys, I was so scared, hey? I was so scared. I remember, you know, like you get in, you go to the student portal, you go to student center, and then you go to like your applications, and then given that it's a mid-year transfer, you have to look at your 2021 applications, not 2022. So I had to go to 2021, but before that, then I have to like click an arrow. And before I clicked that arrow, I was like, you know what, I can't do this now. So I went to the bathroom and I brushed my teeth that morning for a good 20 minutes. And I was contemplating like, okay, so if I don't get in, what happens? What happens? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna feel? Probably just gonna lay on my bed the whole day. And then at the end of the day, maybe at like 7, before I go back to sleep, I'm gonna tell my parents like, hey yo, didn't work out again. So I was really scared. I was very scared. I think everyone was scared. Obviously, everyone was scared. So I go back, I open my laptop, obviously, because now I took like a century to brush my teeth. Now I have to do the whole process over again, log into the UP portal, go to Student Center, go to applications, go to 2021, click that arrow. Oh, guys. I remember like I clicked the arrow. I legit closed my eyes. I was like this because I was so scared. I was extremely scared, and I didn't know what to expect, especially like I hadn't checked my overall. I have read after my exams, especially given my chemistry exam. Especially given my chemistry exam and the aftermath thereof. I closed my eyes. I was like this. And then I went like this, and I saw congratulations, and I freaked out. I was like, ah! Yeah, no, I was very happy. I'm sorry I'm making that noise. But yeah, I was very happy. Everyone was like, what's going on? Some people were like, is there a snake in my house? And I was just like holding my laptop, and I was jumping up and down. And I ran to the living room because my mom was there praying. And I was like, I got in. Shema was so happy. Obviously, I was so happy. Yeah. So basically that was it. I even woke up my dad, and my dad like sleeps, and it was like a Saturday, so he sleeps until 12 p.m. He was like, he woke up, he was like, oh, let me see. And then I showed him my laptop. He was like, beautiful girl, papa, the doctor. Yeah, which it was like a full circle moment for me, because like also when I had met my dad at Ora Tambo, like coming back from Cape Town to Gauteng by myself, and while I was signing my contract, he was like, oh, look at that, a doctor's signature. In my head I was thinking at the time, my goodness, guys, like I'm just trying this BSc thing out. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Please don't I was doubting. I was very much doubting. I was very doubtful. Very, very much fearful as well. So that was just a full circle moment for me. And for those still trying to get into medicine, I would say, always remember your why. Try to remember your why. Try to write down your why. I would highly recommend you write down your why. Because, the weapons will form, child. And during the journey, you will doubt yourself. You will doubt your intellect, your capabilities, your ability, to manage work. You doubt yourself in every aspect, and you will be your mental health will be challenged. Your demons will come crawling for you. Which is why I'd also stress the importance of community, the people around you, people who are there supporting you, showering you with their love, and embracing you, holding your hand, reminding you of your why, reminding you of your dream, and letting you know that you are capable. You're very much capable to attain that dream. Stay steady, don't lose sight, surround yourself with your loved ones, which was a big thing for me also, because I struggled with the idea of love. I always felt like I had to work for love, in my friendships and so forth. It was just I always felt like I had to be put together and be something to be loved. But the fact that God really sent friends my way who were so supportive during the time holding my hand, speaking into my life, sending me motivational videos, checking in regularly. Like, girl, are you okay? I hope you're good. What's going on? How can I help? So forth. Feeling his love and his embrace, especially at my most vulnerable and weakest and just downright down, was very warming for me. It was very heartwarming. Yeah, so I hope that this video, my story, gave you a sense of hope, and I hope you continue pursuing your dream, and I hope all goes well. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to CK Magic's channel. Thank you.